Sorry about that, I forgot to clear out the tape. But anyway, what you want to do is make sure you put your little stop cuts in here and come up and cut it out. Alright, on each side. Okay. Now in the front here, you're going to put a little, going to come right from the corner straight down. You're going to just do that. And then on the top you're going to slice it again a little bit on either side. And you're going to just take that out. Now when you have it wet like this, it's kind of hard to see the lines. So if you make it too wet, it will swell and you won't be able to see the lines. Alright, so I'm just going to start rounding it up and going a little deeper right underneath this front of this coat there. Alright, just trim this off a little bit. You have your center line there, so all you want to do is kind of just round it up a little bit. Like that. Just take a little bit of it off. Take the rough stuff off. Okay, that's the front. Let's redefine that a little bit more. I'm not happy with that. Make that a little deeper, a little more pronounced. Okay. You're going to do the same thing to the back side. Here. I use the tip of the knife to get in there a little bit, so when you cut it out, it should come out free. Just round it down a little bit. Alright, so that's kind of his feet there. There's more to do. See how I just slipped off there? My hand was out of the way. Good thing. Anyway, what you want to do on the sides, okay, you're going to bring the sides in a little bit more. That's okay to do it that way. Alright, see how much I took off from this side versus, you know, there's definitely a difference there. So we're going to do the same thing over here. We're going to just cut this out a little further. And you can do it this way if you like. That's a little safer. Trying to chop it out. And you're going to come around. You're just going to round that off a little bit. Alright. Again, we're going to clean up the front. You want to kind of define that right underneath the hat, right underneath the coat line here. Alright. And then the other thing I do, I take this edge off on the bottom. Okay, see how we're rounding up the shoe? We'll put a heel on here in a second. Now right here, I'm going to put a little stop cut. And we're just going to meet that up to the center. There you go. It's going to be rounded a little bit more. And I'm going to go a little deeper underneath that coat. You want at least 1/8 of an inch or so underneath there. It just looks better if it's a deeper cut. And you can redefine that. There's no right or wrong way of doing this. Alright, so that's his feet at the top then. Now we're going to try to bring this down a little bit more. Let's see if we can cut this out a little bit more. When we bring this up, now when you cut this way, you want to go, when you're cutting this portion out right here, you want to go straight in, okay? You don't want to go at an angle either way. You want to go straight in. And I'm going to try to redefine that nose a little bit more. And be very careful, because you don't want to chop out what you created up there. That little lip there is important. Now we're going to bring that down a little bit later, but you still don't want to knock it out. try not to. Let me look at it back here. I can see it just a tad better. There we go. Okay. Now, we're going to take that little point off of there. We don't need that. Alright, we're going to really redefine this. This is kind of a rough out for it right now. Alright. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to determine where his nose is going to go. Now, I like a short, stubby nose. I think they look cuter. I think they better than a skinny thing. So let's do this. Let's go across right here. Let me get rid of that pencil. Drives me crazy to pick up the wrong thing every time. Alright, let's see. Go right across. Now this one has the eye, right? And this one does not. So this will come up a little bit like so. Okay? This one will come across, will go up, come back, and go up. Alright? There you go. Alright, so that's how we have the nose. I don't know if you can see that really well. Alright, go across, and that looks a little crooked to me, but go across. You're going to bring this out a little wider, and then you're going to bring it up into a loop. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and cut the bottom portion first. Alright, take the bottom out first. It's important to do the bottom first. I always found, yeah, we're going to take a little corner out right there. Alright. I hope I didn't do something there. No. Okay. And keep going here. Some of you are learning, and I think it's important that you learn this, is to go deeper with your carvings when you make a cut. A lot of beginners are afraid to go deeper, that they might make a mistake, and you might, sometimes you do, but for the most part when you go deeper, it usually enhances your piece. So what you want to do is just go in kind of deep. Alright, there's the nose, and then what we're going to do with the tip of the knife, we have this up here, we're going to take this down and around, straight in, okay, straight in, bring this down and around, right around like so. Okay, and we're going to take the tip of the knife and we're going to just slowly take that out. Now here it's going to be much deeper, so we're going to push that in a little ways. We're going to come back with our knife and follow up that nose where that cut was, and we're just going to sweep that out. Keep working it down. We don't want that too close. We want that kind of tucked in his head a little bit. That's your deepest part, is where your nose and the eye meet. Now at the same time I'm cutting the right underneath the hat there, because I know we need to make that deeper. Okay? Let me do this back here for a second so where I can see it. Alright. Right up here you want to make sure it's good and deep, and just take the tip of your knife and there you go. Alright, that's good. So we're going to round this off a little bit at the bottom. Looks like we're running out of time. I'll be right back.